Yes, yes, yes,
Yana,
yes.
Umninga Atika Omaluk. My name is Omaluk. Um, I do hear what you're saying, Mr. BDL. I had an original question before she came on, but I really feel like I need to validate her. There are many different ways to abuse a woman or a human being. You can be man and still be abused. There's a lot that you're not seeing. So there are things called like gaslighting and manipulation and dark psychology, and like it's called like the dark triad. There is so many different aspects of that whole diaspora there in that. And when a person is being abused, they don't recognize it right away. They can't just walk into a situation and see somebody and hear them talk and then be like, oh, he's trying to abuse me. It doesn't work that way. Because the human experience, when a human is born, we come out into this world and we trust our parents, we trust so many other people. So everything she went through, I relate to. And you're talking about somebody having 7 kids. I have 7 children. I'm 35 years old. My first husband abused me, and I left him when I learned, right before I learned I was pregnant with my 3rd. The way I saw him treat my daughters made me leave him. And I'm not on here sympathy, but this woman, she has valid points that you just kind of blew over and try to get her to agree with your points of view on the fact that, yeah, she does have accountability, but no, she did not have the ability to take accountability or action. Because how can you? She was doing the best she could in her situation out of love for her children and for their being, of them being an entire human being, half of which is from her and the other half from him. That's where she's coming from. I want to validate her before I ask my question. She recognized that those children were half of who they are, is that person who abused her, right? And to her, he wasn't just an abuser. He was somebody who took attention and love and devotion to her through her eyes. That's all she could see. She didn't see all of it until it all came to full picture. You can't see the full picture until you like come out of your own little bubble. And it takes a lot of time and work. If I can just end that part on there, because I don't want to hear any more of, well, you have to move out of it. You know, you have to, I just can't because.
No, look, I get it. Women don't like accountability when men tell them to take accountability or people tell them to take accountability. So I get it. And this is another thing I understand about women. They keep saying, does he have a psychology degree? No, but I know humans. I study humans.
I've never said that you need to have a psychology degree. I don't know where that came from. I don't assume anybody here has a psychology degree. We're on TikTok.
Not you. I'm reading comments as you talking. Women do this thing called trauma bonding. So when
Men
women
do it
hear,
too. I want to ask though. I want to ask, do you believe that only women do trauma bonding?
No, people in general, but women do this far more than men do, because when women hear a situation that they were in happen to another woman, automatically care about the facts. They only want to hear, they automatically go into sympathy mode. Oh my God, I've been through that. She can't be lying because it happened to me. Never in their mind do they go, well, let me ask a couple questions to see if this shit is even true. Like automatically you like, let me give her the sympathy and blah, blah,
There
blah.
were too many specific details that told me it was true, that like somebody from an outside perspective is not going to understand. And I only know this, and I know where you're coming from because I have family members who have never been abused in that way, who talk to me the same way you're talking to her.
They were making sense. This is my point. They were making sense. And this is another thing. I'm not from this new generation. So all this gaslighting and all.
So I'm not from a new generation. What generation are you from?
This is I'm an 80s baby. This is new generation shit. Gaslighting is abuse. No, this is regular conversation. If someone can manipulate you with their words, that is your problem. That's not abuse. So this is, people go, oh my God, he said this and said that. Yeah, he said. Use words. That's not fucking abuse. The man said some words. You probably said more fucked up words than him.
Okay. My question, though, I'm going back to my original question. I don't know. You talk to people long enough and they show you who they are, and you know,
For
you just have
sure.
to believe them.
Absolutely.
I believe that all people come from different walks in life, and I've seen, you know, I've been there. I've been there. I didn't believe people until I experienced it. Anyway, so earlier, way earlier, you were talking about sorry, I'm still laughing at what you told me. Um, he can manipulate you with his words. That's your problem.
Just saying. If you can talk me out my wallet, that's my
That's
fault.
funny. That is, ooh, talk about that mentality. Um, that, teachers are putting these thoughts in kids' head, or like leading up to, like, that was the point that you were coming at, was they were telling the stories about these people who have experiences sharing love with people of the same or other genders, and that, oh, okay, now go play, go have recess. And I just really want to know, like, in your mind, is that where you go? Like, is that where you go with your kids? Like, if you see your kids absorb an idea, and then you really think that somebody's manipulating your child.
Okay, now see, this is where it gets crazy, and this is where I always get lost with women. You just sat here for 10 minutes and told me how a full blown man can manipulate a full blown woman with words, but now you're sitting there saying a teacher can't manipulate a kid with words.
That's not what I said. I'm asking you if that's where you're at. Like, if that's what you're thinking, is that a teacher is going to intentionally manipulate
Yes,
children.
yes, they are intentionally manipulating
So,
children. Yes, they
okay, and then
are.
on that thought, if you grew up being told that, you know, them two little bouncy things between your legs are the bee's knees, and that, you know, they need to have it all, and because you want it all, would you still be attracted to women?
Yeah, I'm not saying it's 100% foolproof going to turn your child a certain way. Children are easily manipulated. I'm not even saying that they won't experiment and not like it. But what I'm saying is, what business does a teacher who should be teaching your kid life skills, how to read, write, do math, even addressing or mentioning anything of the sort? That's for the parents to talk to their kids about. Why are your kids going to school learning about sex with the same gender? For what reason?
I don't know what grade level you're
Any
talking
grade
about,
level.
but
For what
see, what I mean is, there are huge cultural differences. See, in my original language, we don't say he or she. All of our pronouns are they, them, unless you're talking about an animal, because you can't kill a pregnant animal. That's taboo. So when it comes to dealing with children, they are going to see and observe that other people around them are showing some kind of a romantic or unromantic affection towards certain people. And like, how you view gender and how you view and speak on things, your kids are going to, they idolize you. You are your child's God, because you give them everything they need. They came from you. And in their eyes, you're everything to them, and they're going to want to do everything to please you. So if they hear one wrong word, or like one thing from you that's like, you know, it shouldn't be, girls shouldn't wear pants, girls need to wear skirts all the time, the girls are going to be like, why is that girl wearing a skirt? And they're going to start judging. So I mean, you're also manipulating your children by pushing your beliefs on them. So whether you're exposing them to different romantic styles or not, they're either going to come at it from a naive and ignorant perspective where they have no clue what they're doing or how to navigate that world, or they're going to come at it understanding, like, you know what, there are these feelings that I have, and that's what this feeling could be. Like, it's about teaching feeling rather than gender and roles, and I mean, too many other things I don't want to go off on.
Teaching boys that it's okay to kiss boys ain't got nothing to do with feelings, and you have no right.
Nothing to do with feelings.
No,
Have you ever kissed somebody you didn't feel like kissing?
No, hell no. You have no right as an adult to speak to this kid. This ain't even your kid. This is someone else's kid. You are a teacher at school. telling someone else's son, yeah, it's all right if you want to go kiss little Cody. You should, matter of fact, you should try and tell me how you feel about it. We talk about it next class. You are out of line and borderline a pedophile at that point. And you don't need to be teaching nobody.
Did you go to public school?
Yes, I did. And my teacher didn't tell me to go kiss nobody.
And you really believe that these teachers are telling your kids to go kiss other people?
Kids. There's videos of them doing this. What rock are you living under? There's videos.
A different rock, apparently. I mean.
Okay, go on YouTube. Look this type of stuff up. There's videos and videos. There's teachers playing full blown, I can't even say the P word, but the P word in class. With kids. There's full blown teachers coming out.
Hang on. So the P word that you said earlier, you said that word earlier in the live.
Explicit sexual movies.
He's basing it off of YouTube.
Bro, well, YouTube. Okay, YouTube is videos that people recorded from real life that uploaded to the site.
I'm not denying the fact that there might be predators out there in our public school system, because you know what? There's predators in churches where people have the most trust from like the public figures that are in their societies.
If you talk to someone else's kid about sex, you're a predator.
Okay, and all right.
Let me bring you down. I'm gonna ask him something, okay? Thank you. How do you pronounce your name?
Omaluk.
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 Omaluk. All right, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Have a good night.
You too. Okay, so what I wanted to bring up is it ties in with the woman that came up that has 7 children, right?
Right.
Okay. So while you were having this conversation with her, something popped in my head that I believe is very important. And you see, it goes hand in hand with why I don't agree with you in regards to when you say that you agree that a woman should stay home and take care of the household and a man should work.
Right.
And it ties in. Her story to me is a great example why this misogynistic, what I refer to as misogynistic standard is problematic for women. Okay, so you see, someone like this woman right there, with 7 kids, and for the record, you don't have to have 7 kids for this to apply to you, but I'm using that one because that's who came up and triggered this thought of mine. So, let's just say, at least for the sake of proving a point, I have a wife, or I meet a woman rather. When I meet her, she has her own stuff going on. However, my ideologies and or standards of living are on par with yours, meaning I agree that a woman should stay home and blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, the man provides, etc. Okay. When I meet her, she's doing her own thing, got her own great job, etc. She may even be making more money than me. However, if you want to be with me, I'm the head of the house. I'm the man. Okay. You stay home. Now I'm going to provide, blah, blah, blah. Cool. All right. Later down the road, she finds out that I'm an abusive person. Right? So, but here's the issue for her, not for me. For her is that she is not financially depending on me to take care of her. She may have anybody to go to. If 2 kids, in her case, 7 kids later, my abusive tendencies and or behavior begin to come out, she now wants to leave. Could she leave? She could grab her 7 kids, our 7 kids, and go to the streets and sleep in the alley. That's a choice. You're not wrong that everybody has a choice. However, you see, the problem here is when you take financial freedom from a human being, you are leaving them in a really shitty predicament. In this particular case, you take the ability and freedom for a woman to make her own money when you put her in this predicament or situation of, I gotta go because my man, my husband, whatever, is being abusive. But could I really go? to champion what you said, yes, she could go. Nobody's stopping her. Nobody's holding her. That's true. But let's be realistic about this world, though. Can she really go? The answer is no, because she does not have financial freedom. She is depending on the man to financially take care of her, because as men, that's the standard that we have set for women. And this is the woman thing to do. This is the purpose of the woman, to stay at home and raise the children. But like I said, what if later on she finds out that I'm an abusive person, etc.? So now she has to go. Can she really go? To champion what you said once more, yes, she could go and sleep in an alley. But come on, that's not realistic. She really can't go. And that is called financial abuse. You see, abuse is not always verbal and physical. Abuse is also financial, meaning you put a woman in a predicament where she can't leave, and you know it because you financially support her. And without you, she's got nothing and nowhere to go.
See, goes back to mindset, right? Everything that you just said came from a negative thought process. Everything that you painted came from the worst possible outcome.
Yeah, but we're using her as an example.
No, I know we're using her, but what I'm saying is, women are going into relationships with this thought process. What type of relationship, what type of wife do you think you're going to be able to be with that thought process in the back of your mind? What if this go wrong? What if this? I need to keep money in case this. Everything about your thought process is what can go wrong, and none of it is what can go right. And this goes back to what I said. Women don't know how to choose men. We just had 3 ladies get on. Every single one of them said that I married an abuser. I had kids with an abuser. I don't know about you, but I ain't never physically abused a woman ever. Now, if they want to say gaslighting is abuse and this and that, okay, whatever. But put my hands on a woman, never in my life. I don't know if you have. I don't hang out with anybody that I know have done that. So for them to get on and just say every last one of them has been physically abused, bro, any woman you talk to, 9 times out of 10, if the relationship went bad, she's going to blame it on abuse. This is why I was telling Smitty, bro, it's fucking dangerous to believe this, because women believe you gaslighting them is abuse. Women believe you putting them on a budget and not letting them spend you into bankruptcy is financial abuse. He didn't let me get the new Gucci purse I wanted. No, we're saving. I got to pay the light bill. I got to pay rent. I got to pay this. I got to pay mortgage. I got to pay this. They will go out and tell their friends, oh yeah, he was financially abusive because he told me no. It is a dangerous line. It's a line. And like I said, out of all 3 of them women, I guarantee you not one of them took that man to go meet their father, or took that man to go meet their brother or their uncle, or a successful, significant man in their life. Because we read men better than women do. This is why I said things were the way they were back in the days, because it worked. Because before you got to marry a woman, her father had to meet you. You had to ask his permission. He had to run some tests by you, because we could pick up on certain red flags that she's too blinded by love to see. Nah, that ain't the one for you, because of this reason. Really, Dad? Yeah, trust me, I'm telling you. Go, take her to meet your uncle. Now your uncle confirmed it. This is all a part of the vetting process that we don't do anymore. Women just meet guys, fall in love with the dick. Oh, he got a little swag and he tall, and then they have a bunch of babies out of wedlock. And when he start rocking them upside their head, oh my God, he's never was like this. No, he been like that. You just jumped into the situation too fast, or you was too love struck to see it. Because no one just out of the blue just changes. No, they give off certain cues, and if you miss it, you miss it. But people give off red flags. Most people choose to ignore it because they go, damn, I probably can change that. I like this, and this about this person. I'm going to ignore that. I probably can change that. So that's how, I don't believe that, bro. I don't believe that I was abused suddenly after 7 years. Bullshit. I don't believe it.
Okay. So that's harsh, because that's the thing. But hold on. Let's I'm gonna be more clear cut, and I want you to be more clear cut. All right.
Yeah.
more of a straightforward answer, right? So specifically in the scenario of a woman who met a man, they're good together. This man is good, whatever. Then she pops out a child or two. And it isn't until that time when he begins to be abusive. And like I said, we're using a scenario of your standard and or ideology in the way that lifestyle should be for men and women. A woman stays home and financially depends on the man, etc. Right? So in this particular scenario, a woman realizes later in life that her man is abusive. Perhaps having children triggered, awoke, if you will, him being abusive. Bro, listen to me. Listen to me. You're laughing and it's okay.
No,
However,
no, I'm laughing at the comments. Go ahead.
Okay. Here's the thing, man. It's a real thing, man. It's a real thing. Like, we underestimate people's traumas, and sometimes children itself would trigger a traumatized person. So in this particular case, a woman has kids by this man, you know, and now this man becomes abusive, etc. And now she wants to leave, but like I said, she has now become dependent on him. So in this particular case, do you agree that that's misogynist, I call it misogynist standard of living that's very biased for women? Do you agree it's problematic for women to adopt this ideology and or standard when it's this situation is actually very common?
Absolutely not. Because number one, if women were marrying before they carried, they wouldn't have to worry about that, because now you have the rights to this man's income is tied to you. So, and we all know divorce court is weaponized by women purposely. They give favor to women in divorce court and family court, because I don't know if people know this, they make money off men being on child support. So she would take him to the cleaners in that type of situation. She would have like a safety net by being married. Oh, he hit me. Okay, boom, call the cops, prove he hit me, go to court, get a divorce. Guess what? She gonna get the house, have his income, his 401k, his pension, and she gonna get alimony, and she gonna get fucking the kids and child support. She gonna be set for life. So that's bullshit. And she ain't going to live in no motherfucking alley. You, the man, gonna be in the alley. He's gonna be in the motherfucking alley. Listen, it's so cold. They have a formula for child support. It does not matter if that man go file for divorce or whatever the case. If he's the breadwinner, they're taking money from him and giving it to her, because they're gonna take y'all incomes, they're gonna put it in that fucking formula, it's gonna spit out a number, and that's what the fuck you giving her based on the percentage of time you got the kids. This is why men fight so hard for 50-50. So all that fallacy about, oh my God, she's gonna be financially strapped and in the alley on the street, bullshit. She gonna take him to the motherfucking cleaners. He gonna be in the poorhouse, funding her lifestyle with her new man. So hell no. That and this, I gotta put this out here because I'm tired of this narrative. Men are not risking their life keeping the world running to abuse women. 1,000 out of 1,001 men are not marrying women, devoting their life to women, would take for women just to provide a comfortable lifestyle for her, to abuse her. We gotta stop this. We gotta stop letting them paint this narrative. Men are devoting their life just to get a woman, just to provide a life for her. Like, what are we talking about here? Men are gaining wealth, men are doing this, men are doing that, and at the end of all of that is to get that woman that he wants and to provide the life that she wants and do everything in his power to provide the life she wants and protect her and his family. Men are not getting women to have 7 kids and switch up and beat that. Like, man, let's stop that. Knock that off. Y'all are picking bad men because y'all think y'all know better than y'all fathers who told y'all, hey, blah, blah, blah. You're misogynistic. you, Dad. You run out here and be a hot girl. You feel me? You go fuck with a low life and you get low life results, and now it's men's problem? No, you fucked up, lady. You pick bad. Listen to your motherfucking dad. Fuck all that, what y'all talking about. Men are abusing women by the dozens. Man, knock that shit off. That shit is rare and it's not the norm. Men are not waking up I wake up at 4 a.m. I ain't waking up at 4 a.m. to oppress my woman.
Okay.
My boy delivered trash. He's not waking up at 4 a.m., go deliver trash all day to oppress his woman. What the fuck are we talking about? Y'all gotta knock that shit off, man. Men are dying for women. When it's wartime, how many women is signing up? Oh, they women again. They ain't jumping on the front line. When that tire need to be changed, all that strong, independent woman shit, out the door. When an intruder come in the house, strong, independent woman shit, out the door. When they need to lift some heavy shit out the car, strong, independent woman shit, out the door. When it's time to take the trash out, man, let's knock that shit off, bro. Men need women. Women need men. We need each other. Kids need both parents. All of that, I'm getting abused and all of that shit, man, shut that shit up. You picked them. You chose to stay. That's your fuck up. Pick better.
Okay. So I disagree, and also want to say this just to wrap it up. If you're a woman and you lose your financial freedom, you are doomed. You're doomed. I don't agree with Mr. Viral. I don't agree at all. I don't agree that a woman should lose financial freedom. I think if you lose it, you are doomed. And if you ever end up in that predicament, you know, such as, you know, you marry and or just, you know, live with the man, whatever, your significant other, have children or not. But if you're living with the person and he begins to abuse you sometime later, and if you want to leave, now you can't. And that's called financial abuse. But that's why I agree that a woman should never lose financial freedom. But anything else you want to say before we wrap it up?
Nah. I mean, I disagree with that point wholeheartedly. I believe if you are a woman in your purpose and you're vibrating on the frequency of a man that's on his purpose and successful, you're going to get the type of man that is going to provide the type of life that you want. But if you're a bullshit garbage woman out here and then you keep getting bullshit garbage men, it's time to stop blaming men and look in the mirror, because you can only get what you can only attract what you are. Success is not going to attract failure. It's going to open more doors to higher levels of success. Failure is going to attract failure. This is why women keep meeting the same guys in different bodies, because they haven't changed. So it's not about the financial independency. Y'all already have that, and y'all are the most miserable generation of women ever. So it has to be something other than the money that's not working. Women are making the most money they ever made, and they are the most educated they ever made. Yet this generation is the brokest out of all the generations. And this generation of women is the most miserable. They're on the most medications. They're the most drunk, and they're the most unaliving themselves, and they're the most enrolled in the therapy out of every generation of women. So the money is not the answer. The further you run from your purpose as a woman, which is to be a man's helpmate, which is to multiply and raise and nurture a family and make a home, the more miserable you're going to be. You're going to chase a feeling that's never going to come until you live in your purpose. Just like the purpose of a man is to build, is to conquer, is to live in his purpose, to provide, to protect. If a man is not doing that, he's lost out here. He's never going to feel complete. A men have to always be working towards something. Ricardo even said it himself. Man, I'm so focused on reaching this goal. Ricardo's in his purpose. Only thing he missing is that queen that he needs. You ain't gonna be a king without a queen. And the second Ricardo meet a woman that loves him wholeheartedly, and he feels the love from a real one, not these thought buckets out here, I mean a real woman, bro. A real woman will change your life and level you up to ways you can't even fucking imagine.
Let's pause right there. So now let me ask you, with that said, what is a real woman?
A real woman, fit, feminine, friendly. She knows her place. She's not out here trying to be a man. She knows she needs the man. She knows she can take leadership from a man. She's a good mother. She's a good wife. She makes a home. She's not combative. None of this new generation shit thinking that, oh, I can go outside and wear whatever the fuck I want and I should be. No. A woman that knows her place and knows why she was put on this earth to be a man's helpmate. That's why you were put here, for a man. I don't care what they feeding you. This is facts. You look at any religious, whatever your religion is, look in the text. They all say the same shit in different ways. Mind you, I've been to Egypt. I read the shit that was predated the Bible. Same shit. It all said the same shit. It's no getting away from it. But yeah.
All right. So I'm
way.
gonna wrap it up. But before that, thank you for having a respectful conversation with me. I appreciate you being transparent. Thank you for being very respectful behind the scenes. If you want to shout out your podcast and stuff, go ahead before I wrap it up.
Yeah, shout out, man. Shout out Ricardo for having me. You feel me? Shout out Ricardo for being respectful, holding a respectful platform, and making people respect the conversation, because the last time they was going crazy, I couldn't even get a word out. So shout out to Ricardo, man. Even though we agree to disagree, it's cool to agree to disagree. I like seeing things from other perspectives because that's the only way you're gonna grow.
Yes, absolutely.
If you only listen, like I see a lot of people, oh my God, I'm out of here. Those people will never grow. Because I don't care where the information comes from. If it's valuable, I want to hear it, even if I don't agree. I can disagree, but that's the only way to grow, is to challenge your beliefs. You know what I'm saying? I always talk about programming because we're all programmed, but make sure you're programmed with the software to win. Because your beliefs aren't even your beliefs. Somebody gave them to you. And if you never questioned them or where you got them from and why you still believe it, you're not growing. You should always question everything. So the people that's laughing and leaving, y'all gonna be stuck where y'all stuck at. The people that want to elevate, y'all will tap into what I'm saying, man. The viral way.
Okay, so aside from that, everybody watching and the people complaining because I had them up here, listen, this is my space. I bring in the guests that I believe I will have a great dialogue with. Agree or disagree, it don't matter. It brings awareness to things. Now, if you don't like the topics that we're discussing and things being said, let me tell you something. Bye. Get out. I have never forced anybody. I don't even invite anybody. People come, and I appreciate the people who come and contribute. I appreciate the people who come and contribute and come up too. It's my pleasure to have people up. If you don't like anything being talked about, nobody has you here. Nobody's forcing you. I don't understand why people come on here and complain about this space. I don't get it. How come I've never gone to anybody's space and told them stop having these conversations? What the fuck does that mean? Stop having these conversations. You should have your own conversations over there. And I promise you, I will never come over there and tell you anything. I've never told nobody to not have any kind of conversations, any spaces. Talk about whatever the hell you want. But with that said, when I have these conversations, one of two things you could do. Stay, like it, contribute, agree or disagree, either way. Thank you for sticking around. If you don't like it and if you don't want to hear this, just get out. Don't be here complaining about the conversation we're having. Nobody's grabbing your face and forcing you to watch this. So anyway, Mr. Viral, thank you very much, man. Appreciate it. And you said you wanted a copy of this live, yeah?
Oh yeah. Shoot me a copy for sure.
Okay,
man.
okay. So this replay is gonna premiere on my YouTube. For those of you who don't know what my YouTube is, it's called I Question Everything Podcast. I'm gonna share it there. It's gonna premiere in the next 3 days or so. I'm gonna send you a copy, man. Thank you very much. I appreciate your time. I disagree with most of what you said, man, but either way. Thank you for having a respectful conversation with me. Thank you.
For sure. Good looking, man. You gonna wake a game up. The viral
All right.
way.
Boom. Take care, man. Peace. Thank you, everybody in the comment section. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay.
I'll see y'all.